Hey, what's up, y'all? It's D, about to react to this Abba and Preach video. It's titled, It Only Gets Worse. This is regarding Charlie Kirk. People are still talking about this man. Okay. And people have been requesting me to react to more videos about this man. All right, so here we are. Let's see what's gotten worse. I don't know what can get worse. He's gone. But let's watch.
Charlie Kirk. We didn't. We're what? 7 days after.
7 days.
Craig David. So.
Oh, I was thinking about, it's like this horror movie where they like 6 days, 2 days, like you got 2 days to die or something like that. Am I making that up? Did I dream about that? I be having random horror dreams. Maybe because I be reading horror books and like watching horror movies. But I think that was a movie. Yeah. The Following? That's what I thought he was doing.
No, you guys cracking.
Is it I don't know. I might be making things up. I probably got shit confused. But yes, there's a horror movie out there where they whisper the amount of days you have left before you die.
Jokes, yeah, that's what we do. I think the easiest way to start this video, and I think the thing where most of us agree is that political violence should never be acceptable. The idea that you might have the most reprehensible views, the most disgusting things, you should have the right, and you should be safe enough to be able to espouse those views without losing your life. After his assassination, the main thing I took away, most of what I've seen after the fact is folks trying to figure out whether or not this guy's right-wing or left-wing, so they can, pit blame on the other side. I've seen people call for violence. I've seen people have this rhetoric of us versus them.
This world is
good to fight back against evil. It is
You know what's crazy is that you have people who complain that this world is so evil and horrible, but they want to contribute to the evil and horrible things. And they try to disguise it as them being a good person. It's like, yeah, but I'm fighting for what's right, but in an evil way. Like, it's really fucked. It's a very twisted mindset that I find a lot of people have. But it's very common, especially on the internet.
For the
us versus them.
Good to fight back against evil. It is time for
evil?
Righteous to prevail.
Okay.
I know we don't have a lot of time. There's so many good speakers tonight.
And then it gets to a point where it's like, well, who gets to determine what's evil or what's wrong for you to fight against? And how wrong does it have to be before you take action and, let's say, kill somebody? So it's just very, very creepy stuff.
Battle between good and evil.
It's just creepy for human beings to act this way and say certain things that I've heard people say about this whole situation. It's very disturbing. It creeps me out.
Compromise, but you can't compromise with evil. You can't compromise with evil.
I've seen people be like, well, the other side is the one that does it. And I think all of that really defeats the purpose of trying to make the world more safe, right? Because we got here, I feel as though this was a long time coming.
Why y'all are fucked? I hate everybody.
There's been a lot of political crime.
Everybody's fucked up in the head.
Over the last 8 to 7 years. Bombing of abortion clinics.
An Irvine man has been sentenced to 6 years in federal prison for the 2022 firebombing of a Planned Parenthood clinic.
Different politicians who've been
attacked.
So
you killed the innocent people in there?
Assassinations that were completed on both sides, be it Democrats or Republicans.
Sources telling ABC News that 2 Minnesota state lawmakers have been shot, and when law enforcement officials say it was a targeted incident.
There have been extremists and crazies who've gone out and murdered people on a semi-regular basis for the last 9 to 10 years that I've been looking at it and paying attention. Anybody who sits out there and goes, well, the lefties are the danger. In fact, this year I feel like you guys killed quite a few politicians for that matter. There's been Trumpers who've done that.
Over the past 24 hours, I've seen some in the media, some of the very same people who intentionally stoked murderous hatred against people like Charlie Kirk and Charlie Kirk specifically, now saying that we need to turn down the temperature and start having conversations. Well, Charlie tried to have conversations with you on the left, and you killed him for it.
The same way some Trumpers decided to go kill those Minnesota senators, right? They weren't out there advocating violence. They were at their homes, and this guy showed up to kill them and try to kill more of them. Doesn't mean you should tone down the rhetoric. But apparently Matt Walsh disagrees. Let's hear why.
You're killing us in our churches. You tried to kill our president. You killed one of our greatest advocates in Charlie Kirk. You have been openly cheering for and celebrating and encouraging and committing political violence for years. Antifa, BLM, you made a hero out of Luigi Mangione. And you celebrate Charlie's death even now. It's too late to turn the temperature down. This is not a time to hold hands. It's a time for justice. This is a time for good to fight back against evil. It is time for the righteous to prevail for the sake of our country.
I think people who are celebrating are evil, and I think people who say things like this are evil. All of y'all are horrible people. I don't think that y'all understand it. Y'all are two sides of the same fucking coin. All fucked up in the head. All y'all.
For our families and our children.
The righteous to prevail.
You denouncing all this shit that happened and you said this is wrong, and then you advocate for this shit to happen. Yeah. Perpetrating the same thing over and over again. It's never gonna stop. It's never gonna stop. Maybe it's a sports mentality.
Fair.
My clique can do no wrong. And will do no wrong. No, sometimes your clique does shit plays. It happens. Acknowledge that. I'm bleed red, I'm bleed blue. That's really me. That's one of the reasons why I was not going to sports, because those people were the people that were bullying me with that mentality. They were like, if you don't think like them, it's like, and then I was like, stay away from sports.
Nancy Pelosi's husband was attacked with hammers, and Donald Trump and his son were making fun of him after that attack.
I will stand up to crazy Nancy Pelosi, who ruined San Francisco. How's her husband doing, by the way? Anybody know?
Well, how about the fact that a lot of people who stormed the Capitol January 6th were calling for Mike Pence to be hung?
I'm telling you, if Pence came, we're going to drag through the streets. You politicians are
going to... such like a stereotypical, crazy American. You know how other countries view us? This is how they view us. And he's like such a stereotype of that.
Drug through the streets. Yeah.
I saw Asmongold say it was like 90% the left.
I think that in the last 5 years or so, especially since BLM, it's been a 90% left-wing thing. But that doesn't mean that the 10% right-wing people are right either.
And it's like, well, crime statistics disagree with you, and it says most of the political violence is committed by the right. That's what the stats say. So for people to come out after the fact and just make it sound like it's one-sided is just bizarre to me. And then also people looking into the shooter and they're like, oh, I think he might have had a trans girlfriend.
Trans roommate.
I saw headlines like that. I'm like, what the fuck that got to do with anything? That's just more reason for people to be transphobic and be like, see, like all of y'all are evil and horrible people. You all.
Bro. And in a time where people say rhetoric is the reason that violence has happened.
Not y'all my people. But the people who, you know what I'm talking about.
The moment Charlie Kirk died, I saw Trump get on and he was just like, well, these radical left Marxists, so they're complaining about the fact that they call Nazis all the time. And what do they call everybody who's a radical left, Marxist, socialist, communist? It's like, okay, got it. Everybody does this kind of hyperbolic. If people don't like Charlie Kirk and want to acknowledge the fact that he had disgusting views, that's their right. And people try to cancel folks for that, I'm not with that at all. Okay, the guy did say some very disgusting things throughout his life. He said them very publicly, and people whitewashing him. I heard people call him a good Christian boy. Maybe from your perspective. It's okay for people to have a different perspective. I certainly don't share the one where he's some good, I've heard him say some really so that's my personal opinion.
You had a daughter and she was 10 and she got raped.
And I definitely agree with that. To, just reiterate what I said in the first video, I don't think there's anything wrong with stating your opinion. And, you can make it be clear how you feel about a certain person, whether they're dead or alive. But I was referencing in that video, and what I still stand on today is just celebrating the death of someone and encouraging this and yeah, we need to kill more people. Oh, you next. And that is what I am classifying as evil, and I don't agree with. I think it's fucked. But yeah, you can have your opinion, and nobody says that you have to be sad that this man died or, cry. Obviously you don't have to do any of that. That wouldn't make sense. And when you didn't agree with things that he preached, but at the same time, something is mentally off with you. Just psychologically, if you think it's okay to laugh that someone has died and dance on their grave, so to speak, I just think there's something very twisted and evil about that. I just don't agree with that. Just on a human level, I just don't understand how you can think that's okay. I don't know.
Birth and she would and she was gonna give birth and she was gonna live. Would you want her to go through that and carry her baby?
That's awfully graphic.
But it's a real life scenario that happens to many people.
The answer is yes, the baby would be delivered.
Oh, okay, great. So
Do you think that there should be free school lunch for all children?
No.
Why?
Of course not. Because parents should feed their kids, not the government.
What if they can't?
Go get a job.
A child?
I had free lunch as a child. Definitely. Well, we were very poor at one point. A lot of points. Anyway, so I looked forward to eating that nasty food. It wasn't even good. But I looked forward to it, you know, because it's all I had at school. My parents couldn't give me and my sister lunch money every day.
Parents should go get the job.
Yeah.
This is important. First of all, this is really...
You want children to eat?
Of course I do. Show me a single child in America going hungry. Doesn't exist. Number two, we have churches, we have food shelters, we have billions, and it does not exist. We have a child obesity problem, not a child starvation problem in this country.
I mean, Joe Biden is a bumbling...
There are children who starve. It's like there are children who are overfed, and anyway.
Dementia feel.
It's no point in even, like, this man is dead. Like, I'm not about to argue with no dead man. You know, RIP to anybody. That's something wild to say. But, yeah, I mean, once again, you don't have to have agreed with, you know, his talking points, and you can classify him as a racist or whatever the case. People have asked me to react to other videos. He's a racist and he said this and he said that. So people have already kind of told me things that he said, and that just doesn't negate my point at all. It doesn't take away from what I'm saying and what I believe in. But yeah, you, like I said, you can acknowledge that, oh, he was a terrible person. He did da-da-da, said da-da-da. Sure, that's what you want to talk about. Cool. But still, I still don't think it's okay to celebrate somebody's death. Nothing that anybody says or does can make me feel better about that. Or think that that's okay.
Corrupt tyrant who should honestly be put in prison and or given the death penalty for his crimes against America.
I know we don't have a lot of time. There's so many good speakers tonight. This is a battle between good and evil.
I saw the video too. It was very disturbing. I don't know why I torture myself like this. Maybe I'm a little sick in the head too. I also saw that video of that black man who killed that Ukraine girl. Oh, I don't know why I watched that. That haunts me. I watched it like maybe a few days ago. I don't know why I did that. Like, I'll just randomly think about that just throughout my day. It fucking creeps me out. It's so haunting. It's horrible. It's so horrible. I felt so bad for that girl. R.I.P. to her. Horrible situation. But yeah, I need to probably stop watching these videos. I go to Twitter. That's where I get all my graphic footage from.
I wish we could compromise, but you can't compromise with evil. You can't compromise with evil.
I are evil.
I think the DOJ should immediately move to unseal all the Epstein documents in the Southern District of New York.
Yeah.
I think every file should be released to the public the same way as the JFK files.
Charlie Kirk got one call from the president, and this was his response.
Honestly, I'm done talking about Epstein for the time being. I'm going to trust my friends in the administration. I'm going to trust my friends in the government to do what needs to be done, solve it, balls in their hands.
People in this day and age cannot emotionally multitask. You know that two things can coexist at the same time? I cannot wish someone harm, but also not be sad for the harm that happens to them. I don't wish it on them, but I'm like, you don't mean that you're wishing someone bad. You don't have to be celebrating and be like, I'm not going to put my flag half-mast.
Hello, and again, I don't think there's anything wrong with people saying like, okay, I don't feel like, I don't know why you need to announce that you don't care. I mean, I guess, but you can, sure. But there's nothing wrong with being like, yeah, I don't feel anything. Like, you don't have to. You don't have to cry. Once again, you don't have to be, bothered by it. But there's a whole different thing when you're laughing. I'm happy he died. I saw people like I guess it's a trend of people showing a list of people that they'll be excited when they die. And I've seen people like cross off Charlie Kirk's name, and on the list you'll see like Hulk Hogan, he's crossed off, and then they'll have Donald Trump. Of course, he not there yet. So people, they waiting for his death. I know so many, or not know, but I've seen so many comments of people being like, oh, they'll be so happy when he dies. And when he got shot in the ear or whatever, there were some people like, damn, they missed. Damn, I wanted him to die. You don't think that's a bit off psychologically? Like, do y'all just take a second to listen to yourselves? Because, yeah, even Donald Trump, I know he's so hated. And maybe that's a hot take to say that, I would be like, damn, that's fucked up if he died too. Like, I mean, I wouldn't think that's a good thing either. I'm not going to celebrate that either. When anybody die, I'm like, oh, that's fucked up. Especially if I see the video. Like I said, I saw the video of him dying, and I'm just like, oh, that's That's fucked up to see anybody just killed in cold blood like that. Like, it's just fucked. Anyway.
That was wild. Treating that dude like he was a national hero is crazy. I mean, veterans die every single day in the line of duty. Yeah. And the president will not do a damn thing. But this guy gets shot, and then all of a sudden they doing all this hubbub.
Yeah, they are propping him up a lot. I think that's weird.
Things can, yes, it is. It's not empathy. It's not compassion. There is this neutrality that is a possibility as well. Especially when you're affected by the things that he's saying.
And you contributed. Like, if we're all honest, none of this is surprising because we've been inching towards this whole time.
When people say they're affected by what he said, I wonder what people mean by that exactly. Like, they're like, oh, people have been negatively affected by things that he said. I'm wondering what exactly, because I feel like that's just very vague language. Like, what are you referring to exactly? Affected how, like, directly?
For a while.
I'm not saying that people aren't affected. Once again, I don't know this nigga. I don't know this man. Didn't know nothing about him until he died. But I do wonder what people mean, because I've seen that a lot, like comments like that a lot.
All this extreme rhetoric, all this, calling these people Nazi, calling these people Marxist, communist, radical, like all of this stuff.
Call these people just basically not human.
Yes. How many YouTubers have I seen calling for a potential civil war? Okay.
Moon be talking out his ass, okay? don't even use this as an example. I've reacted to a few Moon videos, and this man is always on some extra ass shit. He does this for just content purposes, all right? You do not take what this man is saying seriously at all. I'm not saying that there isn't a huge divide. I think there is, and I feel like the divide is just getting worse and worse, but I do think this is a bit of a dramatic ass title.
So what's happening? How many people have I seen even post-attack still carry on with the exact same?
This is why I don't like keeping up with politics as well. Listen, people claim, oh, you need to know, it's important to know. So I could be as crazy as y'all and as fucked up in the head as y'all and depressed as y'all. Like, just, this shit is a fucking circus. I don't want to be involved in this. I don't even want to know a lot of this shit. People ask me to react to stuff, and I'm going to react to it. This is my job. That's how I get my money. So I'll take it in very limited doses, but I don't care to dig deeper into this and figure out, oh, what was Charlie talking about? Was he good? Is he misunderstood? I'm not digging into this. Fuck all y'all. The hell?
Good.
Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. That's how I look at life. And, that's a whole other conversation I wanted to get
versus evil. Who do they think is good? Their side, obviously. Their side is only full of good people, and the other side is the evil side. And so when you hear all this rhetoric...
Not I've been preached, but y'all meaning just the general public who's get weird about politics.
Of course. This is where it's going to happen. Of course, when you inflame your audience to say this person deserves to be hung, this person deserves to be shot by gunfire, or whatever it is, and people constantly hear this, they're going to internalize this good versus evil. And that's why you have people showing up to Pelosi house trying to kill him, or why you have those Democrat senators in Minnesota being killed, or why you have those Republicans shot at the Israeli embassy. We have made everything an existential crisis, and to a degree it is, but we don't know how to have good dialogue and understand these things. I'm going to caution everybody against it. Yeah. Doesn't matter who gets assassinated, whether it's me tomorrow or whatever. I would never, let's say it's me. Let's say it's me tomorrow, hypothetically. I'm out, a fresh and fit man. I would never hope that you guys go out and try to do some retribution. Okay? In that same token, as a lefty myself, if I would not want you guys to go, that's the wrong idea, no matter how bad it is out there.
All the same people that are always talking about gang mentality, the kings of black and black. You haven't seen mentality.
Gang, exactly.
Not. Well, you do it, I'm gonna do it. That's how they do it.
And you know what I really didn't like throughout this whole thing? People were like saying, oh, this might be a minority, this might be a trans person, as if that factors into the equation if it turns out to be true. But whenever it's a white person who ends up killing somebody else, do we all appreciate the fact that that's generally not part of the conversation?
No, it's not.
So the only conversation that...
I agree. Because you know what? The story I just recently mentioned, when I looked on Twitter, or the story about the black guy killing the girl on the train, people have used it, like, it made it very racial and weird. The only reason why I'm mentioning the race now is just to describe the situation so that you know what I'm talking about. But people will show the video and be like, yeah, that's black! Thug, and it's like, we clearly see that he black, but you put an emphasis on it and making this a super racial thing. When I was looking more into that story, and apparently that guy was like very mentally unwell. He had been to jail multiple times. The legal system just failed. They kept letting him out. He was just doing a whole bunch of wild, crazy shit. They kept letting him out of jail, but he was clearly not right in the head. They even released a phone call where he was talking to, I think it was his sister or mom or something, and he was like, yeah, people, they put something in my body, and they, like, he was talking like a crazy person. Like, he's not right in the head. He's, like, mentally unstable. And not that makes it okay, obviously, but they were trying to make it seem like, oh, look, this is a racial thing, and oh, he said under his breath, oh, that white girl, da-da-da, so this is a race war. Like, it was just weird as fuck. So, yeah, I do agree that when, you know, race is involved, or when it's a black person who's the aggressor, they definitely make sure they emphasize that a lot. This black person. But when it's a white person who, you know, is killing people, I feel like that's never in the headline. That's never the focus, which says a lot.
We've had so far is whether or not they are one of these other identities. Now that it's not, it's completely excluded from the conversation. And I only bring this up because earlier this week or last week, there was the killing on the bus.
Yes. Look, he said the same exact thing I said.
Many people messaged me, are you going to talk about this? You're probably not because it's a black person. I'm like, it's a mentally ill person who's been let out after like 13 convictions. He should have been in jail. And he's schizophrenic and he was never put in. You making this a race thing is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, y'all are so fucking stupid and ridiculous and evil. Again, all y'all evil and horrible people.
However, I think it's interesting that 2 days later, a white young man goes out and kills somebody, and the discussion around race doesn't exist.
Exactly.
And that's what I wanted to highlight as a small thing, because these two stories happen back to back. And I thought it was interesting that as a black creator, I always get messaged whenever another black, I'm responsible. Like, it's my job to, I have white fatigue.
People do that to me too.
I have white fatigue.
I'm not even sure what that means, bro.
You don't know about black fatigue?
I've heard that term. That's so fucking, I hate everybody who uses that term. Black fatigue is the most racist, outlandish shit ever. Are you fucking serious? Y'all are so stupid.
No, I got the white one.
I got the white one.
It's interesting that the moment this crime happens, that people go straight to identity politics, including the people who say they hate identity politics.
But it's white. It's just like, oh no, it's just
no. But like, it's just like, oh, are they minority? Are they trans? Or it's like, is that what you're hyper focusing on after a crime? Yeah, right. The same way that their rhetoric gets toned down if they're a white cis male, they get to hate that shit. All of a sudden, a crime happens. Are they trans? Are they this? Are they that? It's like, oh wow. It turns out identity politics is very popular on the right.
They're looking for even the roommate.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know because the reporting keeps changing every single day. I just think it's interesting. Identity politics is the forefront of this thing. What is the race of the individual who commits the crime? What is, well, as long as they're not white. If they're white, we kind of just move right past it. What is the ethnicity? What is their sexual orientation? Like,
and statistically, they are the main people who do these school shootings and kill these people, which I think is so interesting. But when it's a black person doing anything, of course, the comments are the usual suspects and oh da 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 and oh black. It's a white person, crickets. Nobody has anything to say about their race.
all this is just identity politics. I find it interesting that we're hyper-fixating on that. Isn't that what we all fought against for a long time?
Well, we didn't fight for it, and they certainly didn't, so they're going to hyper-fix it.
Even cancel culture. You know, for the longest time, I had a whole bunch of people tell me, remember that white lady who ran up on that kid and was calling him the N-word a bunch of times on camera? I had a lot of people.
People tell me to react to that. I never saw that video. Listen, I can only take so fucking much. Like, some shit I'm just like, I don't even want to be bothered with. I don't even want to look. I don't want to keep, like, reacting to a whole bunch of, like, hate type content. I try to keep my peace as much as possible, so I don't. There's only so much, like, really dark, like, racist and homophobic shit I can take at once.
My lawyer was telling me that this woman losing her job is...
When it's, like, celebrity drama and shit, like, I don't fuck about that. When it's funny stuff, funny videos, alright, cool. But this type of dark shit, I don't...
It's horrible. She should be allowed to go up to a young 10, 13-year-old kid and call him the N-word a dozen times on camera and not be fired. Mm-hmm. But now, with this incident, because people are celebrating, which I think is horrible, I think it's bad, I think it's stupid, but I would never think people should get fired for that. Should they lose their job? If you think yes, then you're for cancel culture. That's what it is. You're for people getting canceled because you don't like the way that they act or the way that they behave.
Yeah. But those people on the right don't like cancel culture. What is against them? So it's convenient. It's convenience. It's convenient cancel culture. It's whenever you can control it.
Yep. That's weird in a twisted way. I don't think it's twisted. It just goes to show you that the groups who try to pretend like they're so different from the other side are quite identical. In fact, don't engage in the same behavior.
That's what I just said. Two sides of the same coin. Y'all are more alike than you think.
They'll pretend they're the victims of all the situations. They will do identity politics when it's convenient. They will engage in violent rhetoric and then pretend to be victims right afterwards. Like, every group does this. The left will do this, the right will do this. But I need us all to accept that they're not different. And if you think they're different, you can just watch the behavior in front of you.
You lost in the sauce if you think they're different.
How is this different from identity politics? How is this different from cancel culture? How is this different from all the stuff that I heard from conservatives for the last 10 years that the left does too much of? I don't know. All the crazy rhetoric, all the vilifying the other side, they all do it. Until we get past this point of pretending that the other side is a problem, we will never get past this point.
Preach!
With all them guns around, there's going to be a whole civil war, I think.
Yeah, we'll see. Who knows? Anything else?
No.
All right, well, listen, let us know what you guys think.
Listen, they was preaching. This video is longer than I thought it would be. But I already pretty much said everything I have to say about it. I don't typically like reacting to a lot of political type content because I don't involve myself in politics. I say this all the time, but I got to repeat myself for people watching me for the first time. I am not into politics at all. I'm not on either side. I say fuck all y'all. I'm over here minding my business, protecting my peace. I don't get involved in the circus because that's what the fuck it is. It's a fucking circus. But you know, from time to time, I will react to things, especially when a lot of people are asking me to react to it. I'm going to react to it because this is my job. This is how I pay my bills. So if I can get on camera, you know, say my little piece, da-da-da-da, while informing you, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And that's what I'm going to do, okay? But I'm not leading you nowhere. Do what the fuck you want. Do your own research. Pick whatever side you want. I don't care, child. I'm here to do my job, say what I got to say, comment on whatever I got to comment on. But, yeah, there's that. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about all this, though, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.